So I just have one question.
Clear the air now.
What is up with all of this Candiace hate? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Orlando. This is Woo to the Show. Before I start this video off, if this is your first time watching me, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like this video or dislike it, and check out my other videos. So, I don't know how I want to start this video off, but I don't understand why there is so much hatred for Candiace Dillard-Bassett from Real Housewives of Potomac. And it's like every single week, whether it's online or on the show, the cast members are always talking about how vicious Candiace's mouth is, how deadly her mouth is, how reckless her mouth is.
Clear the air now.
And then when you look online and watch the comments from social media, people are talking about she needs to get her ass whooped, she needs to get beat up and all this and that. And I guess I want to start by saying this first. Let's talk about the whole ass whooping comment.
Clear the air now.
When Monique and Candiace got into an argument, I felt like, to me, that was a weak and almost kind of like a pup move by Monique. You're much bigger than Candiace. So, of course, and I'm not saying that size is going to be the determining factor of if somebody can win, because there have been plenty of situations where somebody who is much smaller beats up a person much larger than based on skill. But anyway, Monique knew that Candiace was all mouth. So for you to attack someone who you know is not going to fight you back, that seemed like a pup move. And so she had this whole spiel of, if you ask for it, you shall receive, or ask and you shall receive. Well, how about a couple seasons ago when you told Robin that you were going to choke her with an umbrella? And Robin told you to do it. Did you do it? No, you didn't do it, because you knew that Robin was going to give you a challenge. So I feel like that whole thing of people saying that, where's Monique, and we need Monique to handle Candiace, and we need Monique to beat Candiace's ass, Monique didn't beat Robin's ass, and Robin asked for her to do it. So let's drop all of that. So, to go back to the show, I feel like, common sense, if I know somebody argues, and they go way below the belt when it comes to arguments, then guess what? I'm not going to argue with them. If I know that if I'm going to argue with you, and you're going to hit a sore spot, or you're going to go below the belt, I'm not going to argue with you. Simple as that. If I can't handle your type of argument that's going to make me want to fight, then guess what? I'm not going to argue with you. And it's like the crazy thing is that people online and people on Potomac, they start with Candiace first, a lot of times, and Candiace responds. And when Candiace responds, she's made the bad guy in the situation, which makes like no sense to me at all. If you start with me, I'm going to respond. And if you make me mad and I say what I'm going to say to you, you can't put restrictions on what and what I cannot say. If we're in an argument with each other, there's no restrictions as far as like what can be said and what cannot be said. Now, I would say if me and you are like friends, and we're going to argue, and I know some personal stuff about you, then as a friend, I'm not going to throw that stuff back at you. But hell, if I don't know you at all, and we're sparring back and forth, then whatever comes my mouth comes out my mouth. And what I say, you don't have to deal with it. There's no restrictions in arguments. And it's kind of annoying what seems like, and I don't want to say this, but it always comes off as like a colorism thing on the show. Now, I remember when, what was the girl from Basketball Wives? OG. When OG used the whole colorism thing, to me, and I'm not in her situation, and I wasn't in her situation, so I can't take away her experience. But what it came off to me was that on the Basketball Wives show, all the girls would haze the new girls. That's what it did. No matter if you were light-skinned, no matter if you were dark-skinned, it was always a hazing thing. Drea was light-skinned on the show, and they hazed Drea. They called her a hoe, they called her a bad mom, all the things you can think of. Megan James was on Basketball Wives. She was light-skinned. They called her fat, they bullied her, they pretty much exiled her from the group. So, when people talk about, oh, it's the colorism thing, I didn't believe that. I felt like it was a hazy situation, and once they found out that OG had mouth, and it's like, oh, well, I definitely like her. At first, I had no reason not to like her, but now that I know she has an attitude and no redeemable qualities that make me change my mind about hazing her, then I'm definitely gonna mess with her. And then it turned into that, and OG made it to a whole colorism thing, which, that's irrelevant, but with the whole Candiace and Wendy situation, I noticed that you have a lot of the light-skinned women, Ashley, Robin, and Giselle, who are very aggressive. Very aggressive. And not once have they got called out for being aggressive or being violent or they're not being reckless. I remember, and I know if you guys are really, really Potomac fans, y'all remember an episode where Robin and Giselle went to go confront Ashley at her restaurant about wine. And it was such a whole aggressive scene. Robin had her finger in Ashley's face. They were so close to each other. And it's like, not once was anybody called aggressive, was anybody called being violent. Ashley and Robin have the tendency of being the most aggressive ones on the show.
It's getting weird.
And they have not been once called out by being aggressive. And I found it very funny that on the last episode, Robin said that she didn't want to go to Wendy's trip because she felt like she doesn't feel comfortable around Wendy. She has to step on eggshells and all this and that. If you're antagonizing someone over and over and over and over and over again, and they tell you that, okay, hey, what you're doing is bothering me, by gaslighting the situation and downplay somebody else's emotions and they lash out back at you, you can't pretend like, oh my god, what's this coming from? What's coming from? You antagonize this person. And once you keep poking the bear, that's what you're gonna do. So it's so funny and strange how almost Wendy and Candiace are being gaslit to being this violent and reckless and Candiace can't control her mouth and she's this and that, when everybody has said reckless and aggressive stuff on the show. So that's just annoying, it's perplexing, and it's almost turned into like a bullying situation where it's like you're trying to bully this girl to not say nothing. And it's like in the perfect world, most people would know what people are saying and pay it dust. But it's like you keep antagonizing me and antagonizing me and antagonizing me. I want to back back. And I'll say this last thing. At that table last episode, when Chris and Ashley were going against each other, Ashley purposely brought Candiace into the situation. It was a conversation between Chris and Ashley. Ashley brought Candiace into the situation, and Candiace had nothing to do with it at all. And what do y'all think Candiace was supposed to do? Sit back and not say anything? That's crazy. So, maybe I'm in the taboo world, maybe I'm not understanding what's going on, maybe I don't know what is going on, but it's like, I feel like I'm almost in the Twilight Zone. Are we watching the same show? Are we? Let me know in the comments below. But, if you guys like what you saw in this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you share this video. If you dislike this video and you feel like what I've said is wrong about this whole Candiace situation and all this and that, then let me know down in the comments below. But to me personally, I feel like if you antagonize someone, whatever comes out of their mouth and whatever you get that from that person, you ask for it. And always, this fucking I never always said, you can't get someone mad and tell them how mad they should be. It makes no sense. My name is Orlando, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.